Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great day today. So I'm at the airport, a little sleep deprived. I think the views are a little bit down here because the market sold off a little bit. Honestly, I don't feel super like filming this right now, but promised myself that I'd show up. And here's why you need to as well. We're gonna just take a look at the markets and see that there's some moves here that could potentially be good to look at this week. We'll definitely be watching very, very closely here on Big Bear AI. So Big Bear AI is interesting because recently, if we just take a look at the recent kind of consolidation, I think we had some charts mapped out. Let's see here. Show all drawings. There we go. So we were starting this trend here where it was at the support and it was starting to validate the support here on Friday. And so we're going to see if it validates this $3 support. If it holds here, there could be a really nice swing on Big Bear AI potentially into this range of about 26%. There's also a resistance here at $3.50 that we'll be watching really closely to see if it can make this move initially. If we get confirmation, then again, this actually looks like a trend that we could potentially see play out, and we're just going to have to be monitoring it tomorrow at market open. Now, when it comes to the technicals, again, there's RSI and the MACD looking like they're starting to cross over a little bit here, maybe starting to get some momentum. I do think the market sell-off that we saw recently could be, the short-term numbers maybe are, uh, they're not looking too good. There's also some shorts, some people that are looking to short AI as well because of maybe some overvaluations. But Big Bear AI, they've had a lot of volume recently, but also Big Bear AI plays a pretty big role in AI in defense space. And I'm at Denver International Airport right now. They have these things that scan your face when you come into the airport. And I just got my face scanned when I was going through security, and that is Big Bear AI tech. So they also, despite some of the market is kind of looking at, are we going to see less spending on defense or less spending on AI from the government, let's say, because uh, there's been a lot of cutting in government spending. Yeah, it's possible, but Big Bear AI actually would see that if it's in defense, probably not going to see too much of a change in spending from the government in their industry. So their market looks good. In our three-step analysis, we look at the market, which is A and B. A is the market growing, which it is, and then B is their usage in the market. Like I said, I just went to the airport. This is being used right now, so definitely technology that's being used. When it comes to the news and the partnerships, they got like a $900 million potential ceiling contract with U.S. Army, so that's a pretty big contract. And then they have this institutional uh, interest from some of these companies. So if you take a look at institutional interest, you got BlackRock, you got State Street, you have Morgan Stanley. All of these companies are investing pretty heavily over into Big Bear AI, as you can see. So the news and partnerships also are pretty heavy in recent news. There's been some concerns on the financials because there are some uh, some releases that they're getting sued or investigated by multiple law firms. You know, that's always going to happen. We see that happen quite often. We also see that there is a letter from CEO about shareholder vote, which we could take a look at that. That might be good to look at. But again, any company that's doing anything is going to have a lot of different companies going after them and suing them. We don't know. There hasn't been anything that's been concrete or that shows evidence that Big Bear is going to lose any or have any settlements related to those things. So I don't know what the scarcity is around that and why people are freaking out. But again, it's always happening. Like you could say the same thing about Apple stock or Google stock or Tesla or anything like that. So it's quite good to watch closely. But again, it's not like something that's going to immediately tank the stock. So as you can see, the notice that they recently came out with, a letter from CEO about shareholder vote before Sunday. This is Eastern time, and the proposal is very important. Generated proceeds with issuance of these convertible notes. So basically, they're saying we're scheduled to prove the full amount of shares for our common stock issuable upon the conversion of our 6% convertible senior secured notes due 2029. So maybe they need some extra cash, and this is something that they're doing some full amount see common stock issuable on the conversion of 6% convertible senior secured notes. So that's something to pay attention to. But again, news looks like they got a fair amount of partnerships. We saw them partnered with Army. You see this Navy contract, Department of Defense, as well as the Pentagon. So there's a lot of really good contracts there. Um, the revenue has been interesting. I think they made about $155 million last year in revenue. And if we take a look at their financials, their market cap's just about 878 million. I think they surpassed a billion at one point. But as you can see, their financials, they've been trimming debt, which shows bigger negative net income. They're trimming debt and they're trying to eye some positive EBITDA by the end of 2025. So that's why you see the net income negative. Now, that could be really big. If it's true, then their upcoming earnings could be a really big trigger that they have, positive net income. So that could be something. You also saw them, basically increasing revenue. They were at 33 million, at 39, 41, and then just recently 43. So they got increasing revenue as well, quarter over quarter. So we'll watch, and year over year, 8% year over year. So that's something that we want to see. It could be a real trigger if they cut down on some of that, some of the debt more, and they continue to improve their profits. I think that's probably what institutions are anticipating, and why you see a lot of institutional investors in it. Now, we did see some slight institutional sell-off here, but we start to see it consolidate left to right. And then this is a potential area where we could see it bounce. Now, if you'd like to watch me trade live tomorrow at Market Open, it's the second link in the description. Again, we're looking for a bounce here around $3, and we'll see if it makes this move. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing. See you guys in the next video. Take care.